Hey my beautiful Pisces peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot and welcome to your May 2023 tarot reading. How are you? Hope all is well. Just want to mention before we start, if you're interested in personal services, products, and so much more, feel free to check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's going to be the first link in the description below. There is a spring sale currently going on, guys, so if you want to get yourself 20% off of a 15-minute personal reading with me, feel free to use code POPPIN, P-O-P-P-I-N, for 20% off at checkout. But Pisces, welcome in, and let's see what's going on for you. All right, just heard an interesting message. Okay, Pisces, basically what's going on here for you is you're finally speaking up for yourself. Look at you go. That's what I heard coming in here for Pisces. Finally speaking up for yourself. Go Pisces, go. I like it. So Pisces, there could be a moment of time, maybe it was last month, maybe it was the beginning of this month, where you were feeling like you just could not speak up for yourself, or you felt that you couldn't really, you might have just been very held back or very passive, not necessarily passive aggressive, but very passive. I think you've wanted something, but maybe you haven't necessarily gone for it. And now it's like, look at you go, because you're going for it. This isn't the time for passive energy. It's the time for aggression, but in a healthy way, right? Not like a rabid dog chasing somebody. It's like aggression in a good way, going for what you want. I like it. What do we got here? We have a flipper. It says 6 of Cups. Yeah, I think that you kind of look at your past here and analyze it this month, Pisces, and you see the areas of life where maybe you've missed out on certain opportunities because action wasn't taken, and you don't really want that to be continue to happen. You don't want that to continue to be a thing. It's like, I need to not miss out when opportunity windows are open, and I need to, shoot my shot. You miss 99% of the shots that you don't take. So Pisces, it's about shooting your shot this month. Having a look here at the overall energy, 10 of Pentacles. I love it. 10 of Pentacles is a card here that represents a lot of abundance, okay? So this could definitely be about being abundant materialistically. So maybe there's materialism showing up here at this time. You might be getting a lot of coins. You might be getting a upgrade, or what's the word I'm looking for, a raise at your job. You could potentially be getting a higher position. So things can be going incredibly well in the materialistic world, but it also could just be like you're really stable, It might not just be about finances, although finances can be included. It could be about, I feel really healthy in my life. Like I'm around a lot of healthy people. I'm around like a really stable job. I have a really stable mindset. I have a really stable routine. It's like you're in a space right now where things feel relatively comfortable, and it's good. I like it so far, guys. Taking a look into your current situation, we got here the 3 of Cups coming out. Next card's going to be the 2 of Swords. And then lastly for you, Pisces, we have here the 4 of Pentacles coming on out here as well. So 3 of Cups, 2 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, you had to stop holding back. It's like the moment you stopped holding back, here comes the success, here comes the happiness, here comes the rejoice. So Pisces, the moment you stop holding back and the moment you started taking action, you instantaneously start to see results here coming into May 2023. I'm always going to be that person that tells you action is everything. Don't hold back. Always go for it, because that's how you get results. So you're definitely pretty happy here with the results for sure. Liking that energy so far. Tell me about the 2 of Swords. What kept Pisces here so stuck, or what kept them like in a really held back energy, if you will? We have here the Knight of Pentacles, and we have here the 7 of Wands. I think you were kind of in this energy where it was like, okay, well, inevitably I'll get what I want. Like, even if it's been taking some time, even if it's been slow, it's like, I'll get it eventually, or I'll get what I want one day. I think you were kind of in that mentality, but I also kind of feel like you were in the mentality too, where it's like you weren't speaking up for yourself, Pisces. Like, for example, maybe you wanted to get a raise at work, but for some reason you felt bad to ask for it, because it's like, well, I don't want them to seem like I'm this greedy person, and I don't want to seem ungrateful for my position. Like, water signs do this shit all the time, okay? I'm dating a Pisces. I love Pisces, and I'm a Cancer, and I love Cancers. But at the end of the day, water signs always get in that energy where we're like, well, I feel bad though, you know what I mean? And it's like, when we start doing that, what we're doing subconsciously is we're lowering our value. We're saying, well, we're only worthy and deserving of where we're at, or we should be grateful for where we're at, because if we ask for more, we are worried about the judgment, right? We're worried about how other people would view us. Like, we're worried if people would view us as greedy, or we're worried that maybe we won't get what we wanted, and then our value is not equated to what we thought, right? So at the end of the day, guys, never feel bad for asking. Never feel bad for trying to go for something. Never feel bad for putting something out there or shooting a shot. If it works, cool. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Doesn't take away from your value, though. You know what I mean? So I kind of get that feeling a little bit for some Pisces where it's like maybe you felt bad to do something, all right? Or you didn't want to bother somebody. It's like, listen, you're not bothering anybody, okay? So I definitely see you guys being a person of action. Looks very wonderful. I'm liking that so far. All right, let's go ahead and have a look here now and see what you need to be aware about here this month. So first card out, it's going to be the Seven of Pentacles. Next card here is going to be the Seven of Swords. You want to watch out for planting false seeds is what I'm seeing so far. We have here the Justice. And then looking at one more card for you, Pisces, we do have here the King of Wands coming out as well. Now, clarify planting false seeds. What are these false seeds that Piscean can plant? We have here the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So Pisces, let's talk about this real quick. The idea of planting false seeds. Well, what is the idea behind planting seeds in the first place? We put an intention out into the world, or we set an intention, we take action, and we start working on something until it becomes what we wanted it to be initially, right? It's like planting a crop. Inevitably, that crop grows, but you got to nurture it. You got to give it water and sunlight and food. And then once it starts to bloom, you have your crops, then you can harvest. So it's the same idea here with like a goal or with an intention. So that's planting your seeds. Now I'm hearing you want to watch out planting negative seeds, okay? Now when I pulled the clarifiers on that, Nine of Pentacles showed up here, which is a card of independence, and then the Wheel of Fortune showed up here, which is a card of forward movement and the closing of cycles. I get the feeling, Pisces, where some of you guys might go about planting seeds by looking in a completely new direction. It's almost like, well, you know what? If I'm not getting what I want where I am now, let's just try something new. It's like, let's give up where we're at and let's move into a brand new direction and start from scratch. I don't feel like you need to start over. And I think that that's a message I want to get across here to Pisces. For example, let's say you started a business in the past and, ultimately here, you know, you never really felt like it was growing, or you never really felt like it was going in a good direction, and you're like, let me scrap this and start something new. Universe is like, no, don't give up, like just plant seeds. You know what I mean? You know, I think that you might be setting intentions to start a new cycle, but you're kind of okay where you're at. You know, maybe you've wanted a raise at your job, but you never spoke up about it, and you're like, well, screw it, let's just go somewhere that pays me better. It's like, no. Plant your seeds, put the idea out there that you're interested in getting a raise, put the idea out there and pitch it that you're interested in getting a higher position, and let that seed grow. I feel like now is not the time to move in a new direction and to kind of close out where you're at. I feel like now is the time to double down on where you're at, and that's more than likely where you'll end up seeing the most success, okay? So that's what I want to say here for you, Pisces. Now, Justice card here, King of Wands. Justice is the energy of balance. King of Wands is the energy here of interest. And sometimes the King of Wands can get a little bit too caught up in his interests, right? Like he might be so invested or so interested in something that he might not be paying too much of a close attention to his responsibilities and things of that nature. So Pisces, I do want to warn you guys in the month of May, try to stay as focused as you can, because it might be easy to get easily distracted. Okay. Let's say, for example, you are trying to be very goal and focus oriented in your career, but like you're getting very distracted by like hanging out with friends or like going out or like staying up super late watching TV, to the point where when you have to wake up for work, you have 2 hours of sleep and you feel like blah, you know what I mean? So Pisces, try to stay on top of your responsibilities here. It does feel like a very easily distracting month, like something's going to come in and just take up a lot of your time. So don't let time pass you by in that retrospect. Let time pass you by because you're so invested and you're so in a flow state, to the point where you're doing something you love or doing something you like, and you're working towards getting maximum results. Don't get too distracted. I feel like you got to be aware of this. Something distracting seems to be coming in. All right, let's get two more cards here for what Pisces needs to be aware about. We have here the Eight of Wands, and we also have here the Fool card. Yeah, I do feel like something's coming in for you. Interesting. What is coming in for Pisces? Let's go ahead and take a look. Clarify here the Eight of Wands and the Fool. What is coming in for Pisces? Jumping into May 2023, let's clarify these two cards. And what do we got? We got here the Star. Alignment is coming, guys. So you just wait, okay? Well, don't wait. Continue to be a person of action. But I think that throughout all this action, what you're waiting for arrives. Okay, so Pisces, I like this a lot for you. So I feel like whatever you're working towards, whatever seeds you're planting, yeah, you're going to start to align so that you can see those seeds grow, and then harvesting season will be right around the corner. So Pisces, this is good. This is really good. If you're working right now on trying to get that raise at your job, plant the idea in your boss's head. Keep doubling down at work, keep busting your butt, and then boom, you align with what you wanted. You get the raise or the higher position. You know, if you started a business and you really want to watch that shit grow, start doubling down, put your effort into it, put everything you can into it, then you start to see that growth and that return, right? Remember, every investment we make, we're always going to get a return. So we want to be mindful. Do we want to invest a little to get a little, or do we want to put in a lot to get a shitload, right? We got to think of it from that perspective. So Pisces, double down, guys. I'm really hearing that for you. Double down and focus up. It's a pretty frequent message actually showing up, I feel, collectively for a lot of people in May, where it's about time to like double down and really show up in what we want. Of course, if we're doing things that aren't in alignment with what we desired, then we can switch things up and start moving to what we really want. But if you have a desire here, but maybe it's just never been achieved because maybe you never took action, or maybe you just didn't really step up for yourself because you were worried about what others would think, XYZ, you know, now is the time to say, fuck that. I'm going to be confident in my ability to succeed, and I'm going to do something about it. Okay? All right, Pisces. Let's have a look here right now with the Soul's Journey deck over here. Let's take a look and see what you need to hear right now for May 2023. What is it that Pisces needs to hear right now? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. First card out is going to be patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Okay, Pisces. I think that for some of you, your patience is wearing very thin. You know, you might have been losing patience on getting that promotion. You might have been losing patience in seeing your business succeed, losing patience in your relationship because maybe your partner's been going through something and it's taken a hit on the relationship overall. You know, you feel like you've been losing a lot of your patience, but remember, everything does truly happen in a divine order. You know, what we put out there, and what intentions we put out there, what it is we're manifesting, right? It doesn't always come as quickly as we want it to, but it comes when it's supposed to. So I believe that everything always comes in good timing. And I think that the more you can practice patience this month, the more beneficial things are going to be. I get the feeling for some of you Pisces where it's like maybe you're quitting before you start, or you're quitting very quickly in because you're not seeing results. But you got to remember, like, it takes a while to grow your crops, right? When you plant your seeds, they don't grow the next day and you can harvest. It takes time. So keep on making sure you're planting your seeds, you're making investments, but be patient in the process, okay? Good things really do come to those who wait. All right, Pisces, let's get one more card of what you need to hear, right now. What do Pisceans need to hear? Jumping into May 2023. What do we got? And we have here imagination. Y'all remember that SpongeBob episode? Anyways, imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Pisceans are fucking creative as shit, okay? And almost every Pisces I knew had some sort of creative talent. My girlfriend's a very creative artist. A lot of the other Pisceans I knew were different types of artists. At the end of the day, I always feel like Pisces are just very imaginative, very creative. So you guys have a lot of creativity, a lot of good sacral energy, right? So don't be afraid to embrace and nourish that creative aspect of your mind. I think that the more imagination and the more creativity you can have, and the more you can even dream big this month, the more success you can have. I think that dreaming big is not a bad thing. I think everybody should shoot for the stars, because guess what? Even if you don't get as big as you dreamt, hey, at least you didn't lowball yourself, okay? There's a lot of people in life who don't take any sort of gamble on themselves. There's a lot of people in life who lowball the crap out of what they can do. You have more potential than you realize, okay? You also have more competence than you realize, but always remember, potential and competence, they still require action, all right? So you got to make sure, just because you have the potential, you got to follow through with it, right? Either way though, Pisces, I like it, guys. I really do. I think that adding your creativity into what you're doing, or continuing to express yourself in a very creative way, is going to make you stand out from the crowd. I think Pisces are very naturally, they know how to stand out of the crowd with what they do. I think the more that you can show that you're different, let's say this might be for like an artist, like the more you can show that like your work is different, your art is different, the more you're going to be recognized. If you're a content creator, it's like the more you can make different styles of videos that nobody makes before, it's like you will stand out. So Pisces, use your creativity to stand out. It's really going to show people your value, okay? It's something I want to say here for you, okay? All right, Pisces, let's have a look and see how the rest of May is going to pan out for you. So how's the rest of May going to go for Pisces? throughout May 2023. We got here the King of Cups, very grounded here emotionally for sure. Next card is going to be the Four of Cups. We have here the Nine of Wands, beautiful, and we have here the Temperance. Pisces, what are you ignoring here? Four of Cups to the Nine of Wands. You are ignoring that energy of holding back. The Nine of Wands is a very, how do I explain? Because I'm trying to find a better word than holding back. It's a very emotionally withdrawn card, if you will, the Nine of Wands. But either way, it's about just no longer being in that energy where you're as quiet as a mouse, or you're very held back, or you're not saying anything or speaking up for yourself. That shit is getting ignored. King of Cups, you're feeling secure within yourself. You're feeling confident behind the words that you say. You're feeling confident behind the actions that you take. And looking at the last card here, the Temperance, you're in a space where you're very emotionally balanced here overall. Okay, so I feel like this is good. You're in a good headspace here, coming closer towards the end of the month. And it's nice to see that for you, because in comparison to the beginning, you were kind of like stuck, you know? You were kind of like, man, I don't know. I just feel so held back and so recluse, and I have desires, I have wants, I know what I want, but I don't know, man. I'm just holding myself back here, you know? For whatever reasoning it may be. So it's a big transformation from then until now, right? All right, what advice does the universe have for Pisces before we close off this reading? Is there any advice from the universe for Pisces throughout May? We have here the Ace of Pentacles. Seize the opportunities in front of you. Once again, you miss 99% of the shots you don't take. Eight of Pentacles. Double down and work hard. Just repeating the same things I'm saying here. Five of Wands. When stress arrives, what do you do about stress? Ten of Swords, you kill it, okay? Now, don't murder what's causing your stress, just murder the stress, okay? All right, guys, let's talk about this real quick. Five of Wands here, Ten of Swords. When stress arrives, end that stress, let it go. Universe is saying, do what you can to create less cortisol in the body. Do what you can to reduce stress. Whatever works for you. Every person's different. For some people, I mean, for the vast majority of people, I'd say exercise really helps eliminate stress. So if you find yourself being very stressed out in general, really give it a go. Go for a jog, hit the gym, whatever the case may be. The more you can get blood pumping, the more you can reduce that cortisol within the body, that stress. Now, for Pisceans here that maybe really enjoy music, music can be a form of therapy. It can help eliminate stress. Meditation can help. It's really whatever works for you. So I feel like universe here is saying, find ways to really develop good stress management. And the more calm you can be, the more you can access your creativity and the more you can access your flow state to succeed. Cool. Love it. All right, Pisces, overall outcome time. Let's see what we got. What's going to be the overall outcome here for May 2023? Overall outcome for Pisces throughout May. And what do we got? We got here the Hangman. Now, the Hangman is typically a card in the tarot that would be associated with feeling stuck and feeling trapped. But the Hangman is also a card that represents enlightenment. As you can see with this woman here, she kind of has this bubble that's over her head. You know, her body here is suspended, her body here is trapped, but her head is almost protected by this bubble of protection. So essentially, being stuck is nothing more than just a mindset. You know, being trapped is nothing more than a mindset. Being in the energy where you believe that you're never going to grow is nothing more than a mindset. So freeing your mind allows you to free yourself from these false chains. So Pisceans, I feel like a lot of you here are really setting yourself free. I'm hearing like in terms of limiting beliefs, like if you're a Pisces who's had a lot of limiting beliefs, you're expanding your consciousness. It's not about limiting what you can do anymore. It's about believing you can achieve literally anything. You know, for people that have limited beliefs, they have a limited life. For people who have an open system and are open to new beliefs, they create a hell of a life with many different experiences. So I'm loving this energy for you guys. Hangman card showing up for you, freeing your mind, freeing yourself from these false chains. Things are looking quite well. Okay. All right, beautiful Pisces guys. Thank you so much for coming out here to your May 2023 tarot reading. I do hope you enjoyed your reading here overall. As always, thank you for spending time with me. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. I'd be more than happy to welcome you here into the soul family. And with that being said, Pisces, have a lovely May, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Much love to my soul family. And guys, take care and have yourselves a good one. Peace.